Hello and welcome to TTVNEWS broadcasted on TayNinhTV newspaper and general television with some latest events in TayNinhTV province and across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoon of October 23rd, Colonel Nguyễn Minh Tấn, Deputy Political Commissioner of TayNinhTV Provincial Military Command and Deputy Head of the Provincial Steering Committee 515, chaired a conference to implement the plan for organizing the departure ceremony for teams K70, K71 and K73.
According to the plan, the departure ceremony to assign the task to the team K70, K71 and K73 for the mission of reaching and repatriating the remains of Vietnamese volunteer soldiers and experts who sacrificed their lives in Cambodia during the different wartime periods. First, the 25 first stage, the ride season of 2005 to 2006 will be held on November the 6th at the Hill Altitude Murder Cemetery, Tân Biên Community in province. And to ensure the ceremony is conducted solemnly, thoughtfully, and meaningfully, the members of the Resource Steering Committee of 515 discussed and contributed detailed opinions on the program's content, especially the incense offering ritual and the main ceremonial proceedings. Organization, logistics, and communications aspects were also thoroughly reviewed to ensure the best preparation and thereby strengthening the determination and morale of officers and soldiers before they embark on their mission.
On the morning of October 23rd, the working delegation of the editorial team of the Socio-Economic Subcommittee for the 14th National Congress of the Communist Party of Vietnam, led by Mr. Trần Hồng Quang, Deputy Director of the Institute of Strategy and Policy on Finance, Ministry of Finance, had a working session with TayNinhTV province on several matters serving the subcommittee task. Mr. Nguyễn Minh Lâm, member of the Provincial Party Standing Committee and Vice Chairman of the Provincial Business Committee, received and worked with the delegation. At the meeting, provincial leaders outlined TayNinhTV strategies for achieving double-digit economic growth, review results of strategic breakthroughs during 2020-2025, and presented orientations for the next 5 years. The province aims to average a GDP growth of 10 to 10.5% in 2026-2030, prioritizing 8 key regional projects, including Ho Chi Minh Ring Road No. 4, the Ho Chi Minh City Mộc-Bài Expressway, and Tân An-Bình Hiệp Economic Corridor. The delegation requested TayNinhTV to clarify resource mobilization mechanisms for socio-economic development and analyze internal bottlenecks and external challenges. Mr. Trần Hồng Quang, head of the delegation, appreciated the province's preparation and urged further elaboration on the scientific and practical basis for proposed breakthroughs, especially regarding the Mộc-Bài Border Gate economic zone, as well as current regional linkage solutions with Ho Chi Minh City and the Xuân A Economic Corridor. The delegation will compare TayNinhTV's recommendations to report to the editorial teams and socio-economic subcommittee, team and Socio-Economic Subcommittee for the political report of the 14th National Party Congress. On the afternoon of October 23rd, the Provincial Economic Zone Management Board held a press conference with enterprises investing in the construction and infrastructure development of industrial zones in the province.
According to TayNinhTV Provincial Management Board, the 2021 to 2030 Master Plan with a vision to 2050 includes 59 industrial zones totaling over 16,800 hectares and 47 zones already established. Since the start of the year, the province has attracted 196 new projects of 139 FDI and 57 domestic, totaling of over $800 million and about 117,000 billion Vietnam dong, while 156 projects increased their capital by nearly $465 million and 1,100 billion Vietnam dong. And currently, TayNinhTV hosts 42,548 filed projects with a total registered and adjusted capital exceeding $17.6 billion and 230,000 billion Vietnam dong. At the recent conference, the enterprises have raised issues such as land clearance, valuation, infrastructure, utilities, and project procedures, which were addressed by the relevant departments with a commitment to resolve the challenges promptly. Mr. Trương Thanh Liêm, head of the Management Board, emphasized the board role as a between the government and investors, pledging to improve the infrastructure, enhance the investment environment, and strengthen economic joint management, supporting the breakthrough development of the industrial sector.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the process of modernizing the rural economic structure, improving the operational quality of cooperatives has become an urgent requirement. In TayNin, many cooperatives have proactively innovated their management methods, applied science and technology, and expanded production and consumption linkage, thereby helping increase members' incomes and promote collective economic development.
The TayNinhTV Agricultural Cooperative was established in 2018, and at one point it cultivated more than 50 hectares of the soursop and dragon fruit, but later faced difficulties and became less effective. By October 2023, the cooperative gradually regained stability and began to grow again. It now has 25 members cultivating over 50 hectares of the seedless lime. And despite ongoing challenges, since the beginning of this year, the cooperative has supplied more than 400 tons of the seedless lime to the market. When I took over the cooperative, I aimed to develop the local seedless lime variety and build a brand for it. For limes that do not meet the export standards, we use them to make my products such as laundry detergent, dishwashing liquid from the fresh lime juice, and these products are effective and help our members solve the issues of the product consumption. Before joining, I planted rice, but income wasn't as high as the growing lime. And since joining the cooperative, we were received support in fertilizers, pesticides, and technical guidance. And the cooperative also informs the farmers about the proper timing and procedures for cultivation. And currently, TayNinhTV has more than 530 cooperatives and 5 cooperative unions operating in various sectors. Many are associated with the key agricultural value chain such as rice, sugarcane, and staff vegetables. And to further improve the efficiency, cooperatives continue to innovate the management methods, strengthen linkages, and expand consumption markets. We continue to consolidate and enhance the cooperative governance capacity, promote the development of cooperatives tied to the province's key product value chains, and strengthen support in terms of capital, land, and other policies. In addition, we are improving the effectiveness of the Cooperative Development Support Fund and reinforcing the role of the Regional Cooperative Alliance. Aiming to maximize the role of the collective economy in socio-economic development, cooperatives are actively advancing digital transformation. Moreover, value chain linkages are the key factor helping cooperatives establish the close production to consumption processes, improving operational efficiency. This forms an essential foundation for the sustainable development of the collective economy.
The industrial parks in TayNin province have been and continue to assert their role as the main engines of growth in the industrial sector. These industrial parks make significant contributions to the province's import-export turnover, budget revenues, and serve as key factors driving local socio-economic development in recent years. TayNin currently has 32 industrial parks ready to receive investors, covering nearly 9,500 hectares with an average occupancy of over 72%. Several parks, including Cô Tram, Thuận Đào, Long Hậu, Thanh Thành Công, are fully occupied. The province still offers more than 1,200 hectares of cleared land for lease, presenting significant opportunities for new investors. Meanwhile, the Mộc Bài International Border Gate Economic Zone is capitalizing on its strategic location, gradually becoming a hub for international trade. Together, the industrial parks and economic zones provide jobs for over 370,000 workers. With its infrastructure and strategic position, TayNin remains an attractive investment destination, supporting sustainable industrial growth and social development. To realize its role targets, TayNin has clearly defined its position and development orientation within the overall regional framework. According to Government Resolution number 306 on the adjustment of the National Master Plan for the 2021-2030 period with a vision to 2050, TayNin is identified as holding a strategic position together with Ho Chi Minh City and Dong Nai as part of the Southern Road Zone, with Ho Chi Minh City serving as the primary road pole.
The resolution outlines the vision to develop the Southeast region into a dynamic economic hub with the highest growth rates in the country, serving a center for the science, technology, high-tech industry, and international finance. And within this framework, TayNin plays a crucial role, located on the major development corridors such as National Highway 22 and 1 and Ring Road number 4. The resolution highlights the formation of the mobile Ho Chi Minh City Cái Mép Thị Vải industrial and urban chain linked to the Trans-Asian Economic Corridor, with the mobile Boracay economic zone positioned as the core center for foreign investment. And with its strategic geo-economic location, TayNin serves as both an international gateway to Cambodia and a key connector with Ho Chi Minh City and the Mekong Delta, also positioning the province to become a regional hub for trade, logistics, and industrial growth.
The ministry has issued decision number 1810 announcing the official opening of Tân Cang Mobile Inland Port, the first inland port in TayNin province licensed for operation. Located in the Mobile International Border Economic Zone and invested by Tân Cang TayNin Joint Stock Company, the port is authorized to provide logistics services and handle import-export procedures in accordance with government regulations. Its operation is expected to boost border trade, enhance Vietnam-Cambodia connectivity, and promote socio-economic development in TayNin border area. Ladies and gentlemen, on the sidelines of the discussion session on October 23rd, many National Assembly deputies raised the amendment of the REST law, noting that the REST law closely reflects reality, focuses on developing the media economy rather than legitimate revenue sources, and creates a legal framework for digital transformation and the application of new technologies in journalism. National Assembly deputies emphasize that amending the REST law is essential, as many current regulations are outdated. In practice, REST agencies face numerous challenges, from organizational structure to mechanisms for allocating funding to media organizations. It's necessary to establish a solid legal framework for journalism in the new era. For example, how to apply AI in journalistic activities, promote digital transformation, and encourage innovation in REST agencies. These issues are not yet clearly defined in the current REST law. Therefore, during the upcoming amendment process, there should be key considerations. The law also needs to clearly regulate the restructuring of REST agencies and mechanisms for allocating financial resources so that they can best fulfill their political missions. To enable better development of the REST, we need special mechanisms for journalism and a legal framework that allows REST agencies to align with global media development trends. Sharing similar views, many deputies also stress the importance of adopting new technologies, emphasizing that AI should be considered a powerful tool to help the press deliver timely and accurate information, ensuring it is not slower than social media. AI technology is already being applied widely not only by state management agencies, officials, businesses, and citizens, but the press must be the pioneer. This is essential to promptly deliver important and changing news. Currently, social networks like Facebook and TikTok spread information extremely fast, so our press must also be just as quick and responsive. The amended REST law is not only expected to unshackle the media economy, but also to lay the institutional foundation for building an autonomous, professional, and humanistic REST capable of meeting development needs and protecting the public interest in the digital age.
Ensuring the resources for agriculture remains the strategic priority for TayNin province. Increasing the capital for the Farmer Support Fund reflects the province's commitment to helping the farmers develop production and achieve sustainable poverty reduction. Under the approval plan by 2030, the fund chapter capital will rise to over 130 billion Vietnam dong, with annual allocations based on the actual needs and budget balance. And the Department of Agriculture and Environment will lead the program coordinating with the relevant entities to guide implementation and promptly solve local difficulties. And by combining financial and administrative measures, the initiative aims to improve the farmers' access to capital and product capacity, contributing effectively to agricultural development and poverty reduction in the province.
And now come into domestic news. Ladies and gentlemen, on the morning of October 22nd local time, at the Finnish Parliament headquarters in Helsinki, General Secretary told them how the meeting with Paula Risikko, first Vice Chairman of the Finnish Parliament. The two leaders agreed to continue strengthening parliamentary cooperation through regular exchange activities, especially at high levels, establishing friendship parliamentary groups in both countries' legislators, promoting exchanges between specialized committees, enhancing legislative experience sharing, improving legal frameworks, and facilitating expanded cooperation in areas where Finland has strength and Vietnam has needs. General Secretary Dolam requested the Finnish Parliament to advocate for the remaining 7 countries in the European Union to soon ratify the Vietnam-EU Investment Protection Agreement, or EVIPA, to facilitate investment by EU and Finnish investors in Vietnam. The General Secretary emphasized the desire for maritime cooperation to become a focal point between the two maritime nations, Vietnam and Finland. Dear audience, with the theme Connecting People with Production Business, Autumn Fair 2025 is expected to contribute to strong economic growth by promoting domestic consumption and export promotion. Autumn Fair 2025 features participation from 34 provinces and cities, along with thousands of enterprises, cooperatives, and major corporations from Vietnam. It also attracts numerous international partners and businesses for exhibition, trade, and cooperation opportunities. This is a fair that businesses have high hopes for. At this fair regarding brand recognition, we introduced new high-quality products to boost domestic market consumption. We also hope that through Autumn Fair, not only do we get to introduce our products and connect with customers and businesses, but all companies participating in this fair will secure specific countries that help domestic enterprises grow and increase export turnover. This is a good opportunity for us to promote trade as well as introduce and advertise our products. Although the fair duration is not very long, we hope the organizing committee and the Ministry of Industry and Trade will help us connect more with partners and units participating in the fair. The fair aims to stimulate consumption, develop the domestic markets while boosting trade promotion activities, enhancing import, export, and international economic integration, creating strong growth momentum for the country in this era of expansion. One of the 6 key highlights of the fair is that it is the largest scale event organized in close coordination between ministries, sectors, and localities. The biggest difference is that the fair is national in nature, with a highlight on nationwide trade promotion directly directed by the Prime Minister to promote production, stimulate demand, and increase consumption, thereby contributing to the overall GDP growth of the economy, helping to achieve the national economic growth target for 2025 of over 8%, ranging from 8.3% to 8.5%. More than 2,500 enterprises will participate in the fair, including about 100 foreign companies from many continents. Approximately 3,000 booths and over 10,000 products will be exhibited and traded. This will be an ideal opportunity to connect Vietnamese businesses with international importers and distributors, promoting investment cooperation, technology transfer, and expanding export markets. And that's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.